Elephants might be the largest and strongest land mammals on Earth, but as babies, they are extremely fragile and vulnerable.
Taking care of them is not that easy. It's very difficult. You can imagine these animals are big, but they go to an extent. It needs your effort to support them to stand.
Without their mothers, baby elephants are unlikely to survive in the wild.
People have positive mind now towards the elephants because they have seen the importance of having them alive. They are really benefiting through so many ways as a community and as a minority community.
This week on Wildlife Warriors, join me as I meet Dorothy Lowaktuk, who is breaking down stereotypes and giving baby elephants a second chance. Samburu is a vast and remote county in northern Kenya. It is normally very dry and dusty, but when it rains, the chance of not getting to your destination increases exponentially. Well, it's 7 o'clock. It's already boiling hot here in Samburu. We're on our way to meet baby elephants. But en route, it rained for the last 2 days and our vehicle Makoku got completely stuck in the sand at about 6 o'clock at night last night. We had to make emergency plans. We decided to camp right here, just off the main highway near a place called Seralevi. A gentleman named Festus Letuye happened to see us and he invited us to come and camp in his compound. But it's getting late, we've got to go now, so let's go find elephants. Here in Samburu, there is a unique community-led conservation initiative. I am here to meet Dorothy Lowaktuk, who works at the Reteti Elephant Sanctuary.
Hi.
You must be Dorothy.
You must be Paula. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good to see you. Good.
Finally, I get here.
Welcome. Let us have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh. Tell me about Reteti.
Reteti started 3 years ago. It was not a smooth road as we thought. It was very challenging part because these are community land and basically it takes a lot of time for people to be consulted about the project. After now they see the benefit, that was the time like we will accept the place. And we got the benefit, the community are really benefiting and they really love it. They're very proud of it. They receive so many things through the area and at least it is a great thing because the community understand it and they're taking good care of it.
So I'm here to see what you do because you're in charge of the elephants, right?
And basically they are about to come. Maybe it's almost time, so maybe we can go quick to the kitchen. We see how they do the formulas and then we walk now to the platform because they can't wait us.
All right.
Yeah.
The Reteti Elephant Sanctuary rescues and releases orphaned and abandoned elephant calves. Dorothy is involved in taking care of these babies from the moment that they arrive to the day that they are released back into the wild. Baby elephants are dependent on their mother's milk for the first 3 to 4 years of their lives. The kitchen, where Dorothy and her colleagues prepare milk, is a beehive of activity. Each elephant receives a tailor-made recipe depending on their specific needs. It's amazing. So this is not just baby formula. This is a very carefully prepared mixture.
Yeah, these are very carefully prepared mixture, and the importance of it is that it contains everything that they get from their cholesterol milk from their mothers.
But if you just give them cow's milk, is that a problem?
It will affect them because these animals are very sensitive, and actually they are more human. So all the ingredients we use here are human use.
So elephants are like people?
Yeah, they're like us. They're like us human. And actually we prefer using this milk because they got diarrhea. They're very big, but something little can cause a very strong problem to them. Cow milk will be used for these other animals like zebra, giraffe, maybe those, but these animals can't use that.
Wow, I didn't know that. They have a very specific dietary requirement. They're
very sensitive and they're very special. They need to be handled like human.
A baby elephant will drink an average of 16 litres of milk a day. The Reteti Elephant Sanctuary has a strict policy on visitor interaction because they are preparing the baby elephants to go back into the wild.
So you will be going to the platform, then I will be going in. We don't allow everyone to go in because these animals, we understand we will be taking them wild once they are big and they are grown. And we don't want them to be too much to human, to everybody, because that will affect them when they go to the wild, because they will not fear human. They'll just maybe think these are the normal person I knew. Right. And basically also the clothing is different. So we prefer using the green one so that if in the wild they see the green uniform, those people will not harm them. But the one with normal clothes, they might harm them, and that will cause human-wildlife conflict.
So we just make sure that they still know that
that
they
is
are wild and okay.
Yes.
I can see you also have more visitors coming, so I'm going to go and get my place on the platform before they get there.
Working for elephants is the most special thing and very beautiful because these are animals got brain like you. And when you handle them, you handle like you are handling yourself because they give you in return when you appreciate them and help them so much. And when you give them badly, they give badly. So it is more of passion. And if you are not willing and you don't love the work you are doing, I don't think you will give these animals the most love they require from you.
Each of these animals is known by name and has its own unique personality. Shaba is the oldest and has taken up the role of matriarch.
Some are playful, like Kapai is playful, Nadoso is playful, and then Njorai is not that friendly. Shaba is the naughtiest. Fokot is patient guy. Bawa is very humble. Loisaba is stubborn.
After feeding and play, it's time to head out into the real world for a class on how to live in the wild. The Reteti Elephant Sanctuary, situated on the edge of the remote Matthews Mountain Range, is part of the Namunyak Wildlife Conservancy. It has rescued over 30 orphaned elephant calves. Dorothy and the local community have been at the forefront of this conservation initiative.
I think we are the first elephant female keepers. We are 8 in number. And basically, it is being a role model in the community.
As part of their daily routine, keepers take the baby elephants out into the bush. It's during this time that the elephants learn which foods to eat. This is an essential part of their preparation for release back into the wild. Dorothy carries an iPad to record each elephant's progress, including the not-so-glamorous job of taking photographs of the elephant's dung. By doing this, Dorothy is able to identify changes in the stool samples. Firm stool is a good indicator of a healthy elephant.
Oh, Paula, here we got the elephant dung. So this is how we record it.
The perfect shape, but the smell.
Now I take a picture.
This is amazing. The elephants have climbed this hill. They look like big old clumsy animals, but actually they're very, very dexterous and agile. So
we take a picture.
So this is a dung of which elephant?
Nadosoit. So we go to the name of Nadoso and then we upload the dung so that we can do the reference in case the stool change one day. This is solid.
In good condition.
Is in good condition
but the
and
smell.
very healthy.
But the smell.
That's how it has to smell. Yeah.
So Nadosoit is fine.
Yeah, Nadosoit is fine and very healthy.
I saw them earlier. Are they just here somewhere nearby?
Just here. You can go and see them.
We're almost at the top of this hill. These baby elephants have given us quite a bit of exercise. Although Dorothy looks quite relaxed up there. They're incredibly agile. They can move over very steep terrain, through very narrow passages and over rocks and sticks and all kinds of things. And they've come up here because it's cool. And they know that at exactly 6 o'clock is dinner time. And they will turn around in about half an hour and start heading back home to be at the gate at exactly time for their next bottle. Elephants are very intelligent. Although they enjoy the fun of exploring this mountain, they also know that their next feeding will happen back at the sanctuary at exactly 6 o'clock.
When they go out, they got people who remain behind to clean the stables, to make sure there is fresh water for them to drink on their place, and then the mud side. The water which is today has to get out tomorrow for the fresh one to come in, so that we avoid the bacteria who normally get in water. We work 24 hours. Bye.
The stables over there are designed in a very interesting way. It's a spiral of stables, and in the middle, upstairs, is a platform where the keepers sleep. That means that these baby elephants have support, protection and nanny care 24/7. There is a group of keepers who will arrive at 6 o'clock and they will spend the night with the elephants, and in the morning the shift changes. Different keepers join those baby elephants and take them back into the wild. The Samburu are closely related to the Maasai. They are nomadic people moving from place to place to care for their cattle, sheep, goats and camels. This is where Dorothy has promised to meet me, to introduce me to the life of a young Samburu woman here in northern Kenya. I hear that it's very, very interesting. It's a life that she doesn't really participate in anymore because she's taken up a job at Reteti. But I'm still curious about what would have happened if she had stayed, gotten married, and lived in one of these villages. This is an amazing place. Soba. It's a very traditional village. And hi, Dorothy.
Hi. Good to see you
Hi.
here. Welcome.
Thank you. So this is a traditional village.
Yeah, this is our village. My village lives on the other mountain, but basically it's just the same. So this is my friend home, and the camels are about to arrive, so we can go and milk them.
Okay. Can I try and milk them?
Yeah, I hope you will not fear.
I've never milked a camel. I've only ever tried to milk a cow, but wow, so this is,
So
a,
it
this
will
is
be
amazing.
your first time.
It'll be my first time. What do we put the milk in?
We got a calabash, Samburu made calabash.
Wow, it is so tasty. It is much nicer than cow's milk. Much, much nicer than cow's milk. But what would have happened if Dorothy hadn't joined Reteti?
Life could be very different because I could have been married when I'm very young, 16 years or 17. And now after I get married, the daily routine of a mother is to wake up very early in the morning, 5, to make sure these calabash are clean before now we go and milk cows. And then when it is 6 o'clock, that is the time we start milking cows. Then we go and milk goats. Cows might even be 100. There are very many. And goats can be 300. You milk them like 2 hours. After you finish, now you get them out. You go and milk camels. And after you are done with all those tasks, you go to the river, fetch water with donkeys. And then you come back at 3 p.m. in the evening. You go look for the firewood. So life could be very different to me. I could not even know what is education. I could not even know what is elephants. And I could act like a very local mother.
A major chore that characterizes the life of many women living in rural communities is the task of fetching water. Here, the women are fortunate to have donkeys to be able to ferry the precious commodity. But they still have to walk long distances to find it. Now that Dorothy and the ladies have prepared the donkeys, I can join them and go down to the river to fetch the water. I'm going to come with you down to collect the water.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, tunta.
Right. Wow, look at this.
Amazing.
Wow, this is beautiful. We've walked for 4 kilometers with the donkeys, got to the Seralivi River where they are now getting water for themselves. The first thing they do is let the donkeys drink. Then they clean out the well by removing all the water, clean their jerry cans and start filling them. This tiny little hole is the source of water for an entire village. And this is how these people have lived for thousands of years. I'm going to go and help them. Since these wells are shared with elephants, sometimes their babies fall in. If their families can't rescue them, they are abandoned, and that's why the local community rescue the baby elephants and take them to Reteti.
We need to rescue these animals. We don't rescue them when they're healthy. We got reason why they're here. And falling in the well, we can't blame the community because they are looking water for their livestock. And that is also during dry season mostly. And now when it comes to time they want to come tonight because they will not come there when it is too noisy. They like cool places and very humble time to spend and drink water. That's when the babies fall in, when they want also to get water from there. And because of that, that's why Reteti, as we have to rescue this baby. At least we get them and rehabilitate them. And instead of leaving them to suffer in the world. And we already have home to be taken care and take them back to enjoy their life outside.
At Reteti, visits by local children are organised to reinforce conservation education and the importance of elephants. They are cultivating a future generation of wildlife warriors.
When I hear a young Kenyan who want to do conservation, I will give a big hug. Because thinking of conservation is thinking of saving everyone's life and thinking of saving the environment you are living life. Conservation can make everything to be beautiful. Starting from the trees, with wild animals, human beings, and also you will just live in a favorable environment being in a conservation.
Some of these children have never seen elephants before, and what they've been told about elephants is that they're big and scary and dangerous. So here they are at the Reteti Sanctuary for Elephants, meeting these extraordinary baby elephants and the people who are from their own communities, who are interacting with elephants in a very friendly way. Of course, these children have so many questions. They're relating the elephants to cows and other things that they know a lot more about. It's okay. And they're just having, it looks like, a lot of fun. Through the involvement of the local community in the rescue and rehabilitation of the baby elephants, the future of the species looks bright in northern Kenya. If you want to help our amazing wildlife, why don't you start a Wildlife Warriors Club in your school? To learn more about this program, please visit our website